Experiment-84B. Many say I am evil, but I am not. Many say I am different, but I am not. Many say I am insane, but I am not. I am lonely. I walk alone with no one to comfort me, no one to love me. I used to be normal, like you. Funny, I always hated being part of the normal crowd. You should appreciate what you have. You should pray that you never have to feel what I feel. Hate, depression, abandonment, betrayal. You all have lives. You have hope. I lost these things to a madman. He is the one who is truly evil, not me. He stole my life, my hope, my everything. He left me to rot after his damned experiment. He welcomed me with open arms. He promised me a whole new life, one better than that which I lived. He lied. He stole everything from me. I still remember the day. I was a strong boy, fresh out of high school. The sun was shining, but I was loathing. I felt like everyone I saw was staring me down, judging me. And they were, oh, how they were. My walk home from the final day of school was its usual hell. Kids would ride by in their cars and yell, fag, and douche. I simply had to take it. Or did I? A thought dawned on me. These kids are slowly killing me anyway. Why not make it quick and painless? I was blinded by grief. If I had known then what I know now, then I would have never taken that rope from my basement. But where to do it? Not at my house. I hated my mom, but not enough to shatter her mentally. I picked an alley near the outskirts of town. I was halfway through wrapping it around a light post when he skulked into the alley. "Young man, what are you doing?" "Ending it." "Are you insane?" Come with me. I believe I can help you." "Help me?" "You're off your rocker, old man. Leave me to die in peace." "Now I know I can't do that." He grabbed my arm. "Come." When I struggled, he pulled harder. I fell and he caught me. He quickly dragged me inside and bolted the door behind us. "Young man, I think I can help you. I know how you're feeling. Simply listen to me." "Damn you. Fine, but hurry. A life is a precious thing. But what would you say if I could give you a new one for free?" I'd say, "Where the fuck do I sign?" "Good. I've been doing human anatomy research, and after a few experiments, I think I have mastered manipulation of the human form. I believe I can make you into anything, or anyone you want. Of course, there are circumstances." "Like what?" He pulled out a sheet of paper. "Well, first off, sign here." "What if I don't want to?" "Well, in that lies the second circumstance. You don't have a choice." "What?" "You heard me, my dear fellow." He pulled out a syringe filled with a green liquid. "Now hold still." I tried to scream, but he grabbed me. He forced the needle into my neck, and everything went black. I awoke in a glass chamber. He had me in a suit, for whatever reason. Seconds after I awoke, he entered the room in a lab coat. "Hello, my friend. Did you have a nice nap? Where the fuck am I? This is none of your concern. All you have to do is sit back and let me do all the work. Let me out, you psychopath. I'll kill you. I'm afraid not, my child. You are going to sit there while I make history. History? Yes. When I successfully perform a full body transformation on you. You can't! Oh, but I can. He flipped a switch and began speaking into a microphone. Test. Good. Now let us begin with Experiment-84B. What the hell are you doing? Subject's vitals have been normal. Seem to be normal. His heart rate has skyrocketed, though brainwave activity is high and insulin levels are normal. Let me go. Ready to begin experiment. He turned to a lever. Activating node 1, and he pulled. A bolt of energy pierced my body, tearing my very being apart. I couldn't even scream. My vision blurred, and I was suddenly blind. Subject's appearance is beginning to warp. Activating node 2. The pain increased. I felt my mouth close up and my eyes shut. Subject's face is completely morphed. Activating node, a siren sounded. Error, meltdown in progress. He screamed, No! His face and limbs haven't fully developed yet. I must save the experiment. The last thing I heard was a loud crash. I woke again among the rubble. I could hardly see. It was as if a screen of some sort covered my eyes. My mouth felt as if it had been sewn shut. I couldn't breathe, for my nose had shut too. But somehow I didn't need to breathe anymore. I got up. My arms and legs felt strange. It took me nearly a minute to regain control of them. I began to walk through the debris. A shattered computer lay near a dismembered foot. A trail of blood led me to a hallway and then a door. I could hear muffled grunts behind it. I opened the door and saw a policeman heave some fallen concrete slabs away from another door. He turned and saw me, then he screamed and ran. I tried to yell for him to stop, but I couldn't speak, so I chased him. As I began to run, I felt my legs shifting, as if they were growing while I moved. I soon caught up to him, and then I reached to grab his shoulder, and a tendril shot from my arm and impaled his chest. He cursed and fell. What the fuck just happened? I thought. I looked over his dying body. There was a gaping hole in his chest. I could do nothing to save him. I continued to follow the blood trail until I came upon the body of the man. He was crushed under a fallen rafter. I lifted him up, not realizing until later the strength that the task should have required. Angrily, I hurled his body at the wall and was splattered with a rain of blood. I tried to escape the building, but every turn was a dead end. I continued to search until I came into a bathroom. I needed to get this blood off my hands. I walked inside the bathroom and looked in the mirror. And I realized something. I didn't have a face. So now I am branded as a monster. I live in the nightmares of teens and adults alike, all because of that bastard. Soon after this experience, I discovered my true powers. I could stretch my arms and legs to unnatural lengths, and even produce tendrils from my back. After this whole experience, all I want is a friend. So I find people and children. They're the only ones who won't view me with fear. I often play with them, but I cannot always control my body. Every now and again, I slip up and someone dies, but it's not my fault. I only seek companionship. This is my burden, and I carry it eternally. I do enjoy pictures. I like sneaking into them. There are always people photographing wildlife, so I reside in the forests. I do what I now understand to be photobombing. But whenever I track the person down because I wish to see what I look like in the photo, they run. And one thing leads to another, and suddenly another person dies at my hand. I promise, I never mean to hurt. I never mean any true harm. But I lost my sense of, well, everything. I no longer know how to be a person. Things never seem to go well for me. Someone always ends up dead. I simply ask you this. When you see me, do not run away. In fact, run towards me. Welcome me. It would mean so much to me. And it may just save your life. But then, how will you know it is me? I'm sure you've heard of me. And if you haven't, you can easily find some photos of me on the internet. Simply go on Google and type in Slender Man.